Well, howdy folks. It's time for the big Blu-ray DVD update. Quite a bit I got here, and not that much time on the phone card, so let's roll intro. I think I'm going to start off with the ones I've just gotten this past weekend. These are the brand spanking new Blu-rays I've added to the collection, and of course there's a DVD in there too. So first one up at Best Buy, got The Judge with Robert Duvall and Robert Downey Jr. Have yet to see. Heard mixed things about it. I've heard some good, heard some bad, so yeah. Next up from Target, I got the Steelbook 2 Lawless with Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, Gary Oldman, Jessica Chastain, and Guy Pearce. Yeah. It's from the director of The Road, a film I really enjoyed. Next up, I never saw this film. I like The Hunger Games. This is the next series that people are going crazy over. It's Divergent. Of course, Insurgent is getting ready to come out. Actually, it's been out, so my bad. Yeah, there's even the movie money to go see the movie. Now, I thought I would never get this movie because I was so disappointed in this. It's such a bore fest, even for Star Trek fans. Star Trek Insurrection. Just a boring movie. Next up is a DVD, 2 DVD set. It's Sister Act and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. I enjoyed these movies. However, I enjoy Sister Act 1 better than Sister Act 2. Sister Act 2's okay, but it's not as good as the first one. Now, let's take a look at what we got this past month. Got a long stack, mostly because of tax return money, so I got James Cameron's The Abyss. This is the THX Mastered Special Edition cut. This is the one that runs 171 minutes, really long. Yeah, not much there, but got this at FYE for $5. Next up, I finally not upgraded, but I finally got Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first Anchorman, and of course, you always knew that watching the first Anchorman that should have been a rated R movie, even though it got passed with a PG-13. Well, same goes with Anchorman 2, and this edition has 3 different cuts on it. It has the theatrical PG-13 cut, it has the R-rated super cut, which was also released theatrically, but it was after the PG-13 cut, and of course for Blu-ray they have the unrated cut as well. So yeah, there's Anchorman 2. Next up, finally picked this up. This is a TV show I enjoy. I have seasons 1, 2, 4, and 5, but Walmart didn't have this one out. It's season 3 of Criminal Minds. Really good show on CBS. I just wish Paramount would put their shows onto Blu-ray, but that's just me. Next up, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of the 80s, Commando. Downside to this is an MPEG 2 encode. So basically I'm watching DVD quality on a Blu-ray disc. Because that's what DVD is. It's MPEG 2. Blu-ray uses AVC or VC1. Most commonly now they use AVC, but this used MPEG 2. So, yeah. Next up, completed the Die Hard series with A Good Day to Die Hard extended cut. Yeah, this is the really bad one. So, I haven't watched it yet. So, see what's in store for me. Next up is from Walmart. Exodus: Gods and Kings, starring Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton. I have the same feeling towards this that I had towards Noah. Bad. And I like Ridley Scott. I like Gladiator, and I liked Kingdom of Heaven. That was bad. Now next up, because of the Fast and the Furious 7 coming out, I believe it's called Furious 7, was able to find the first 3 on Blu-ray, along with Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6. So I am complete on that until Furious 7 comes out. So I get them in order here. So yeah, there we go. Fast and Furious. Next up, I had watched this movie a long time ago, but I'd only seen it back when I was a kid. I remember watching it on a rental, and it's Mel Gibson's Forever Young. This is when he starred in, and he's basically he's a test pilot in 1939, but then something happens to his wife, and he volunteers. They think that she's incurable of this sickness, and so he volunteers to be the test subject of cryogenically being frozen, and so he freezes himself, then reawakens in the 1990s, 1992, and he ends up befriending Jamie Lee Curtis and her son, played by Elijah Wood, and he ends up finding that his wife did not die. She was cured, but he also has some strange things that happened to him. But one unknown fact about it: it was written by J.J. Abrams, so it kind of has that similar story. Because it's something that that's kind of strange for him, you might say. He didn't direct it, but he definitely starred in it. Not starred, but he definitely wrote the screenplay. Next up, from the Criterion Collection, we got the first film, the feature film debut of Christopher Nolan, Following. It's coming directly from Christopher Nolan to Criterion, and this is the film that got him his claim to fame. Shot on 16mm black and white. So yeah, this is the film that got him fame, or got him started, you should say. Next up, got a DVD and called Grace Unplugged. It's a family Christian film starring Kevin Pollak, James Denton, and A.J. Michaela, I think that's how her name's pronounced. And yeah, it's from Lionsgate. Co-produced by Orion Pictures. So apparently they're trying to bring Orion Pictures back. But yeah, Grace Unplugged. Next up, I had never owned this movie, but I'd seen it many, many times. Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler. One of the few Adam Sandler movies I actually enjoy. And of course, this guy really needs to rethink his movies. Next up, completed the Hobbit trilogy with The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. This, of course, being the 2-disc theatrical cut. They'll definitely come out with the extended cut here pretty soon, probably within the next season or so. Yeah, it's 2 Blu-rays and a DVD. So yeah, there you go. Also from the Criterion Collection, I got Hoop Dreams. It's a documentary film about these 2 inner-city Chicago kids. Dreams of making it big in the NBA. So, yeah. There's the inside of that. Next up from Walmart, this is the Walmart exclusive edition. I don't encourage anybody to get this edition because it's bare bones. It's just the movie. There's no special features or anything like that. It's The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. And it's just the movie disc. The regular edition has Dolby Atmos sound. This just has 5.1 sound, but I don't think most people have Dolby Atmos in their houses. I just put in 5.1 myself, so this would work fine, but it doesn't have any bonus features at all. What does it have? Just an Insurgent sneak peek and some trailers. That's it. So it's pretty blah. Next up is the latest film from Christopher Nolan. We have Interstellar. And now this is one I've been waiting for because of one simple reason. And I wanted to get, there was a Walmart exclusive, there was a Target, there was all these different exclusive editions. But all I really wanted, to be honest with you, out of this set, besides the movie, was this. You're going, what is this? Of course, this isn't a mystery to anybody now. This is the IMAX film cell. If you can see right there. I don't know how well that's showing up, but yeah, there's the IMAX film cell. Now this is this is a picture of Anne Hathaway, but you can tell, I don't know how well you can see it, but that was shot in 35mm. If it was true IMAX, it would go out to the sprocket holes. So that's a big film frame. So there you go. And it fits nicely into this little sleeve here. And it's, of course, gotta get it back in. Of course, on the back it says collectible film cell from actual 70mm film print. Actual cell included may vary with each unit sold. Basically, that means no one's getting the same picture. No one's getting the same frame because they only made so many IMAX film prints. So they've taken from several IMAX film prints to put this in with the collection. And what's even interesting is that that film cell played in the IMAX theater. That's not a exclusive IMAX print that they just printed up for the Blu-ray release. No, that actually came from the print that was in the IMAX theater. So there you go. Next up, I finally got a good copy of Iron Man. I had a $10 reward zone certificate, and they had all the Marvel stuff out, and so I just said, you know what, I'm not going to find it any cheaper. So basically, I got the original Iron Man for $7, and of course my DVD copy still worked, but the Blu-ray copy I bought from the Movies You Buy bin, and it was pretty scratched up and damaged. It wouldn't play in the Blu-ray player. So there you go. We'll put that back with. But I also got Iron Man 2 that way, but Iron Man 2 didn't have any problems with it. Next up is the film adaptation of the book, Kid Stays in the Picture, all about Robert Evans. And the book is very entertaining. The movie is it's just as entertaining as well. Man's quite a character. Next up, I finally got the Lego Movie on Blu-ray. So, I have yet to watch this. I've heard nothing but good things out of the Lego Movie. They said it's probably they said this is probably the closest that Warner Brothers has been to Disney, just in terms of a popular animated movie, computer animated movie, or they thought it competed with those films. But next up is a documentary film from Magnolia Films, Life Itself, about Roger Ebert. I have the book, the audio book. I haven't got a chance to listen to all of it, but this definitely goes into more of his professional career, his professional life, him as a critic, what he was like as a person, and even follows up to the last days of Roger Ebert's life. So yeah, it's a really good documentary about the man himself. Next up is the Bruce Willis flick, Mercury Rising, which was a film from 1998 about him protecting this autistic kid, and it's all about security and all this and that. It's an okay action flick. And there's next up is October Sky, very good movie directed by Joe Johnston from Captain America fame. This was he did this just before he did Jurassic Park 3. And then after Jurassic Park 3 he did Hidalgo. So he's a decent director. And plus this is a decent film. Yeah, it has Jake Gyllenhaal, Chris Cooper, Chris Owen, and Laura Dern. So yeah. Next up, I got Predator 2 on Blu-ray, and this is the Fox Connect slipcovers, but there's the actual Blu-ray cover. This is the one that stars Danny Glover. And yeah, it's Danny Glover and Bill Paxton's in this as well. I think, again, they did the same type of transfer they did with the other Predator movie, but anyway, there's Predator 2, actually. Now, the next two, I'm disappointed with these additions, but I'm not disappointed having these movies. Well, partially. And it's the Star Wars saga. Unfortunately, when I bought these, they didn't have the Star Wars saga, the complete saga, set out. And when I went to buy my home theater system, I wanted to buy Star Wars. Unfortunately, they did not have the saga set, the complete saga set out. It was out of print. Not out of print, but out of stock. They have since got more in after I bought these, because I wanted it for that extra disc. But yeah, I got. It has the original. It has both trilogies. It's the same cut, so big deal. Now the last two, I promise. We got the 50th anniversary edition of The Sound of Music. This is the 5-disc edition, which includes disc 1 has the Blu-ray of the film with a 7.1 DTS HD sound mix, and there's a sing-along, Music Machine sing-along. Disc 2 has special features. Disc 3 has a all-new documentary involving Julie Andrews returning to Salzburg. Disc 4 is the DVD version, and then Disc 5 is the 50th anniversary soundtrack. So there's the front, there's the back, and now we'll take a look at the discs. There's Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, and there's the DVD, and there's the CD. And of course, in the background there's the children going through the hills, going through the Austrian hills, singing. And last but certainly not least is Unbroken. True story about Louis Zamperini, directed by Angelina Jolie. Very good film. It's not her debut. My brother tends to want to say it's her directorial debut. It's not. This is actually like second or third film. It stars Jack O'Connell, Garrett Hedlund. The screenplay was by Joel and Ethan Coen and Richard LaGravenese. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. It's a brutal film to watch, even though it's PG-13. There's some stuff in here that I was surprised got by with the PG-13. So that's it. That's it for now. This is what's been this past month. From me to you. See you later.